Welcome. I just wanted to make this video to show kind of the process that I'm going through, that I will be going through, that I do go through in prepping for fortification, and tying that into breeding events as well. I have shown this on stream, but this is the first time I'm just making kind of an individual video for it. Like I said, I'm just going through my process this morning, of what, like, since we have fortification coming up, what I want to do this next event and how that will tie into my breeding when that event comes around. So a couple things we need to know. So right now I do have 213 tokens. I do have 450 plus egg fragments. My breeding path, the next dragon on my breeding path is Scorchel. After that is Quetz, then Iteru, and then How. To breed Scorchel, I need Vulcan and Rizar, if I'm not mistaken. But basically, I already have those dragons breedable. To breed Quetz, I will need Scorchel and Sekhem, both to breedable. Which like I said, Scorchel is my next dragon, so I'll need to work really hard that breeding event to get him breedable. Quetz, I believe, is needed for Iteru, and I think it's Iteru and someone else for How. Basically, I'll need to get each one of those dragons that I get next to breedable very quickly within that week, to breed the next dragon in line. So knowing that, I need to know first off what the breeding levels are for Sekhem and Scorchel, right? That's the next dragon. Quetz is a platinum dragon because he's a back breed, and so I'm not super worried about that. But let's take a look first on Dragon Manager. So if we pull up both Scorchel and Sekhem, they're going to be the same because they're the same. They're both Sapphire legendaries, but in case they were different, we could check that. So they're breedable at level 12. Same for both legendaries. And we can see here that I need to be 126 to get both of them to breedable. So we need to keep that in the back of our mind. The other one we should probably look at is Iteru, who happens to also fall under the same things, but always good to check just to be sure, in case you might miss something. So again, Iteru, Sapphire Legendary, so it's going to be 126 as well. So that's the number we want to keep in the back of our minds as we are planning for fortification, is that I need to be able to, one, hit 126, so that I'll be ready for breeding. And then two, I need to make sure to hit the den number. I need to make sure to be at den level 25 by the end of this next fortification event, so that I will be ready for breeding. One final thing is making sure your storage is in the right place. My storage is at level 36, so usually that's not a big deal, but just in case, it's good to just double check that number to make sure you can actually hold the resources you need to train these dragons up. All right, so we come over here. I am using, this is a modified version of Mech Egg's fortification event planner. As you can see up here in the top, this is Erroneous's modifications to it. I believe, let's see, does he say the changes that he made? The changes, if I remember correctly, are that it takes into account your rider. Is that right? It takes into account, I think, builder's hut levels. I think actually, and then the rider. If I remember correctly. I could always go back and check that. If you really want to know exactly what's different, feel free to PM me and we can chat about it. So I have begun filling this out for myself last when at the end of the 2 events ago, when we thought Fort was coming up, and then obviously PG changed it and all that. So here we are, and I just want to essentially recheck my work, make sure that everything that I did before is going to be kind of what I do want to do. So right now, my breeding castle is level 9. That is correct. That is the max that it will be able to go. Here, let's do this first, actually. So as of right now, my speed ups are let's see, 1 hours. Where are they? 1 hours are 7562. Thank you, bronze chests. 2793. Oops. 2793. Thank you, gold chests. And 646. Also, thank you, gold chests. 3972. Where do I need to go to see? Here we go. 2568. And this is actually, I actually have less 1 minute. That's interesting. 1633. 2633. That's what I meant. And 30 minutes are. These are also thanks to the bronze chest, 686. So we currently have 1,000 days of timers. That's good. That's good. Granted, we don't want to use all of them for this event, because, well, we would like to use some for the next event and other things. Let's see. I do have the research done. The rider I will be using is the Atlas rider, which I believe gives minus 7%. I keep clicking on the wrong button in the game. So Tanak, if you have him, he gives minus 7 construction time. The Atlas rider gives minus. Ooh, is she actually less? No, minus 10. Minus 10. So a little bit better value. And I think that should be minus. Is it minus? Yeah, okay. So it should be a whole number, not a negative number, or a positive number, not a negative number. Okay, so here is the stats of what I have. My archer tower is 28. My mages and storm, I just kind of rounded them out. I have 2 mages at 30 and the storm is at 31. My flax I have 2 flax at 31. Mills are, let's see, 36. I think I have some at 35, but that will get us, so we know we can go up 3 levels on those. Storage is 36. We can take that up if we need to. Den is at 22. We know we need to take this up. This has to go up 3 levels, right? Because we need it at 25. So that is, in some ways, that's the most important upgrade that I'm doing for this coming event. Breeding castles, we already checked that. Incubators at 8. It can go up to 9, but if you look, incubator 8, the only one we would need to check is how, And I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get how this coming event, incubator also level 8. So, but in case that was 9 and I knew I was getting him, I might put that as a priority as well. I don't have the sapphire eggs to go up on the builder's hut for this event, so we are not doing the builder, which is it's actually, it's not maxed, but that would only be if I had eggs, sapphire eggs. So here's where we actually start to plan what we're doing. So I have 2 flax, both are at level 31 right now. Let's see, do we put in embers? It didn't ask us for embers. So I just had to check the embers specifically. So they're at level 31, and I can take them both to level 35. And that's going to be 12,000 embers, I believe. Let's double check that. Yep. So for both of them combined, it's going to be 12,000 embers. And it is calculating the event points that I have. For the blue, my blue mage, I have 1, and I can take it up to 35. And it also is calculating the time. So I can take that up 4 levels. The storm. So let's actually start off down here. The things we know we need to do. So we know we need to do the den. To get the den, this is a good point. So we need to make sure that we can get our den up based off of the storage. Like we have enough resources to get it up. So the dragon's den. And we want to get it to 25. We're going to need 278 lumber. Okay, so that actually is not that big of a deal. Bigger deal then would be making sure that we can hold the amount of wood we need for the flax. And so at level 35, level 36 is 668 lumber. And so let's go back and see what the storage levels are. 668 storage hut. To hold 668 lumber, we need to be at 45. That's pretty high up there. Especially since we're at 39 right now. So right now we're planning on going to 42. And that's why we're capping at 35. I'm sure that's why I planned it that way. 45 would be... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Updated fortification. 42 would be what? 42 is 630. And that would... Yeah, okay. Let's pull this up. So I had set 42, and that will allow us to hit 35 because the flax are weird and they have embers wood. They scale in kind of different ways. 35. So we're gonna need to go higher to hit. We're gonna need to go higher on our storage to be able to hit 35. 667. So we need to hit 44 minimum on our storage. Is that what we had? We had 42. Are we really at 36 right now? 36 right now. Yeah, so let's change this to 44. which... Are we going to cap out? See, so this is why it's important to know I can't hit 144 unless I go up to 130. I can't hit 44 unless we go up to 30. 130. If that makes sense. So our player level is going to be blocking us. Right now, the highest we can go is 42. 42. So let's keep it there for now. But that means that we can't hit... It would help if I picked the right building. So let's back up. Let's pick the right building. Dark flak tower. And so the flaks are pretty much the same. Let's make sure. 35 elemental umbers. Okay, 667. Still at 34. We need that 667. 968 lumber, and we can't hold that until 667. Yeah, until 44. So what is the highest we can go at 42? 630. The highest we could go is 33. Let's see how that changes our numbers. So right now, elemental flax, 33. Huge decrease in event points. While we're doing this, let's check some of the other mages. Because of this, like, this may tell me that I need to go to 130. Let's see, we're wanting to hit 35. Holy. Okay, so this is where it's like, okay, I need to decide here. Right now, this would put us at 2 million event points. Almost. If we backed everything down, that might put us a little bit lower. So let's check out what the fort typical pricing is. So I have Erroneous's Mythic Planner here, and that has the levels for the fort. So right now, this would put us almost at the top tier, which is good. But there are all these bonus tiers, which is like, it's like if we're getting up to here, like we might as well get to there. And we're gonna have to back up a lot of stuff if we're not careful. So part of me is thinking, let's go back to storage. So 127. How does that change what I can hit? If I can go to 143, or if I can go to 43. Also, am I now... Oh, that's another bad thing, right? So, because these would have to come down to 33. My guess is the storm's going to need to come down as well. We can probably assume that everything's going to need to come down to 33 based off of what the numbers we're hitting right now. 33, yeah. 667. Let's keep that number in the back of our heads. So 33, 33, 33. The farms should be able to go to... where are they? Did I miss them? Lumber mill. Lumber mill and farms, they should be the same. 39. Yeah, 293. Okay, so we don't need to worry about those. Those will be able to go up all the way. Farm, perch. Let's take a look at how many pearls I have. Perch can go up. I have 6,000. So let's take a look at our perches. Are they on here? Yes, this is the Sea Gazer perch. I always forget the names of these perches. So we are currently at 20. We can go to 21. We could also go to 23. 25. We could hit 25. Let's change that. That's maybe 3,600 pearls. Can I go up any higher to platinum? 3,600 pearls, right? So 27. 661. What would 27 put us at? 5,000. That would probably be the highest we'd be able to get. Just because 1,600. Yeah, I'd need more, and I don't have them. Okay, so how does that affect things as far as the overall event points? It has us at 1,660. And we've dropped. Yeah, okay. So we are going to need to push up in some other ways. And the thing that we're going to need to do... Oh, man. So that's going to get us to 121. And our storage hut, 121, can only hit 41. Oh, the challenges. The challenges. Okay, farms, red mage can only hit 33. So... the other thing to possibly take up would be either... I'm trying to think kind of where the best points are going to be spent. So we'll have maxed out our flax. We'll have maxed out our... Why are the mages maxed at 32? Oh, right, because of... because of the storage right now. Because right now we can't actually even hit this 42. We'll only hit 41 unless we get our level up more. So my plan would then be to next hit let's see what here. Yeah, okay, cool. We have some extra cells if needed. Where are we at? So I can take up the ice turret. I can take up... First thing to do would be take up the my archer tower, I think, on my back island. And so we have one, and it starts at 28. For now, let's do 29. That gets us to 122. So we need to actually hit 121. We need to hit 124 with extra upgrades. Let's look at the ice turret real fast. Just because it uses elementals, we might get a little bit of better bang for our buck. So we're at 29. To go to, wait, 29? Have we been calculating this the wrong way? It's possible. So, Storm Tower. Because if it's this number to get here, that's a little different. 33. So we could actually, yeah, we can only hit 33. Yeah, okay. You know, we were doing it right. So, to hit 30, we need the 504 lumber, which we can hit, and then 1600 ice shards for 31, 32. Let me check and see how much I have in the way of 25k ice shards. Ugh, this stuff adds up so much. Okay, so we don't need to worry about being resource capped. So we could go up to 33 on this if needed. Let's start off actually there. Ice turret. This is 29. 33. And that will do what for a level? That will put us at 124, which means we can go up another level on our storage to actually hit 42. And once we hit 42, we can go 42 holds. So I've been doing this wrong. This is why it's important to make sure to. So I've been looking at what it's going to cost me to upgrade, and not the amount that I can hold. So I'm gonna leave this all in because this is a good, like, this is why you need to do this. This is why it's important to be careful. This is like all the value of this is going through the numbers, trying to remember how to read all these things because they're all slightly different. So I've been looking at the RSS cost to upgrade and not the RSS capacity. So we can roll way back, knowing that we can hit 744 as far as resources capacity goes. And that puts us at, for our dark flak, what would we say, 744. 744. So that puts us at 35. Okay. I did this better last time. Okay. So this puts us, these two at 35. Let's delete this field for the moment. The perch, we could still go up that much if we wanted to. This puts the blue mages 744. So that puts them at 35, or the mages, the storm tower 35, 35, 35. And we're now at 2.3 event points, which puts us here, almost 2.4 is where we need to get to. I mean, we could still do the ice turret if we wanted, because we can't go any further on our flax without going up a level. We'll need to be 130 to go up to 36. What's our max? We're already at actually 129. So let's go, what would push into 43 get us? Storage. We can do that at 127. And that gets us the 240 or 744 capacity. 765. Would that even be enough? 765. Seven six five would be enough. So Blue Mage. $36. Nope. Can't get there also without going to 130. So let's do this. One, we said it's at 29. 31. No. No, we put us at 131. What if we just did to 130 or to 30? That puts us at 245. And the next jump is to at 4 million. It's another 600 sigils. I don't know that that's worth the amount that I would have to do. So let's look at what that would look like. So right now, if we went to, so that's 130. So we could now go to 44, 25, and then come back to the flax and do them both to 36. That's gonna put me at 32, and that's only dark flax. So 36 and then 37. I could hit 37. I do have the embers to do this. Barely. I think. And this would jump us to what? 33. And we're at 2.8. So see, that's not really worth much. I'd need to like almost bring everything up to hit the 4 million. And I'm just shooting up levels here like crazy. So let's back this down to 35. And we'll keep the ice turret going up. Oh, here, actually, let me see. 37. I missed. I forgot doing this to 31. So, really? Jeez. Yeah. So I would have to go up a ton to get everything. Let's keep this at 35. That should still keep us at 130. It's we'll have about 400 hours worth of clocks left over. I think that's left over. Or maybe it's 600. Speed level, event points. Oh no, maybe we'll have used 400. So, Anything else we need to look at? I don't think so. We can go based off of our level. Oh, that's what we can do now. So at 30, we will be able to go to 35. We'll be able to 35 on our flax. Basically, all our towers will be 35. And we're getting a lot of points from, obviously using the elemental embers for the flax. Elemental embers for flax. And then pearls for our perch. And then we're hitting our storage. We're getting to the den level we need to, which is super important. And I usually put in no if I have the timers. You would put in yes if it's the last building you're doing, and you're gonna just let it go. So like, for example, the den to 25, I might be able to just actually do yes for that last build. But anyway, that's what that is there for. All right, I hope this was helpful. I know it's a lot of information to take in. It's a lot of me going through different things. It's a lot of me figuring out like what exactly is going to work specifically for my base. But hopefully some of the process that I went through will allow you to kind of, if this is something that's interesting to you, will allow you to go through and figure these things out for yourself and for your base. I'm happy to help in any way I can. So feel free to message me on the Line app. If you're there, my name online is Kicking Back, just as it's spelled here. And feel free to come and hop in to my Twitch streams as well. I really appreciate just being able to chat with people. That's also a great place to ask questions. I usually stream in the evenings around 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific time. That's my time zone. So thanks so much for tuning in. I hope this helped everyone who took the time to watch, and have a great one.